precious here in Australia. Like as a mother, as a woman, getting time to come and hang out with your fellow friends amidst all the busy schedules we have, it's not easy. Like I know most of us here had to organize or prepare for your children after work, then come back home, make sure the family is sorted out before you come and hang out. Thank you so much. So when Jackie asked me to come and talk, I thought it was going to be just a casual talk and just sit down on the table and, you know, talk to Jackie or talk to Purity or Betty or Vivian or Gladys or anybody I know. Yeah, so that's why I easily said, I'm okay to do it. But it's the way Jackie always manipulates me, and I cannot say no to Jackie, and I have never said no to Jackie. Like, she wanted me to do a lot of things in this community. Even when I don't have the time, I have always found time. But maybe next time, Jackie, I'm going to say no. I am honored. Thank you so much for trusting me and giving me this chance to talk. Even if I did not know that I was going to talk to this kind of congregation. Today we're celebrating, or we're talking about women's health. I am a woman. Most of us here are women, though we have some men as well. Just a few questions. That when you look at a tree, that what holds it together? It's the roots. And then in a household, who holds it together? It's the woman. If anything goes wrong in a home, if somebody gets into your house and it's dirty, even if it's the children or it's the husband who has messed it up, the blame will always go to the woman. If the man has done something wrong, the blame will always go to the woman. Like, that's my African culture. That's why I grew up home. And I think we've somehow carried it to Australia. So to me, it's men's health. And obviously, Jackie has got reasons why she asked me to come. But anyway, just a bit of a background about myself. I am a cancer survivor, just like somebody said it. It might be a little bit emotional to me and some people, but it's a happy story. I'm just going to give you a bit of a brief background of my challenges. I was diagnosed with breast cancer, not once, but twice. And how did I come to get to that? It was through like a self-examination at home. It was just an initiative I took by myself. No symptoms had manifested, but I performed the self-examination. I had no clue what was happening in my body, but I just thought, I was in the shower and I thought, yeah, let me just try and let me just do it out of, Anyway, I realized the lump, and then I shared. I talked to my husband, I opened up to him, and then we followed up. But what's the lesson I want you to learn as women or as, human beings? Like, be very vigilant with your health. Like, you don't have to wait for symptoms to manifest. For you to fall down on the ground, then you can decide to go see a doctor. So just follow up, talk to somebody, open up to somebody. I know we cannot trust, especially when it comes to health. I'm a nurse. But when it comes to health, there's certain things you want to keep to yourself. But then again, if you keep it to yourself, that's something which might kill you. Or it might throw you on the ground. That's what I can say. So, because I shared it with my husband, and then he encouraged me to go follow up. And then I followed up. But if I was to sit down, or if I was to keep quiet, maybe I would have just let it eat me slowly and finish me. So I just want to encourage all of you women, and not just women, actually, everybody, like, just follow up. Don't keep it to yourself. If you find anything abnormal, don't keep it to yourself. try and follow up. Talk to somebody. Go see your doctor. It's better if a problem is nipped early than when it's too late, because your chances of survival, if your diagnosis is early, it doesn't matter what diagnosis. Mine is breast cancer, but it relates to everything. Like, your chances of survival, if it's nipped early, are way higher than when it's too late, when you're given days or months. And yet this thing has been eating you up, slowly without you knowing. So please, as women, we are the pillars, we are the roots, we are the ones in charge of our health, like the question said and answered, that we are the ones who are in charge of our own health, like 80%. So that means it's you who's supposed to stand up and make an initiative, talk to somebody and follow up. Don't fear. That's one thing I always tell people. Don't fear. Fear will kill you. I mean, there's certain times you have to fear, but when it comes to your health, open up to that one person and talk to them and follow up. And then also, as women and men, I also want to encourage you at least to do like a health check. I would say this, and I'm not ashamed to say this, like, I'm so lucky and blessed to be in Australia. Maybe that question, most of us who come from the African countries or third world countries can answer that. I don't have to answer that for you, but we know why. But for my own sake, I'll answer this, that the health system here in Australia is perfect. Most people might not agree with me, but I'm looking at the other perspective, like back home. If you don't have the money, if you don't know somebody, then you're gonna die, my sister, my brother. You got to have the money to get the treatment, to get the medical attention that you need. So, and yet this thing has been creeping into their bodies, eating them up slowly. But if you had only done something early, maybe your life could have been saved. So it's just a matter of you following up. Go have a health check, even if you're feeling perfectly fine. Sometimes somebody who's perfectly fine is the one who will fall down, without you expecting it. So yeah. But also the other thing which really I'd like to say is that we all have a lot of challenges we go through in life. Like, everything runs in a fast pace, like as a woman or as a mother or as a wife or as a husband, a dad or a mom, we have a lot in our plates, like too much. I come back from work, like, how am I managing even to cope? Like, I went through breast cancer twice, went through surgeries multiple times, and then went through chemotherapy for 8 months. I was off, but I stood up on my feet and I said, I've got to keep my family strong, walking. So your mental health, after all those things, like a lot of challenges, it doesn't have to be breast cancer, it doesn't have to be anything, but just your daily life, can affect you in a way. How would you manage and maintain your mental health? Because as a woman, if your brain is not functioning, you tell me if your household is going to function. How many times have you sent your children away and said, when your son, I've got 2 children, sorry, I think they already introduced me, I've got 2 children and I'm married. But if my brain is not functioning, if mentally I'm not upright, and my son comes to me and says, Mommy, what's the first reaction you give? What is it? Go away. Automatically, because you are not functioning. Your brain is not in the right mental state. But then, how would you come to that right mental state and maintaining it. I just want to encourage all of you women to do self-care. Like really looking after yourself, because like I said, you are the pillar, you are the roots, you know, who are holding the tree upright and maintaining it and keeping it shining. And you know, how do you do it? Through your self-care. You know, we work so hard, we look after everyone, we want to make sure everybody is happy and looked after. But what about you? If you do not look after yourself, you are not going to be able to look after other people. We work so hard. You keep the money in the account. Yes, that's okay. I do a little bit of saving, but then I also do a little bit of looking after myself. And what are the things that I do for self-care to help me maintain that balance so that I'm able to go as a nurse, I'm able to wake up today and go to work happily. I'm able to talk to my children and make them happy, or sit down and watch a movie, or take them for shopping, or, you know, look after my husband. I'm also married. I've got to look after my husband at the same time. Husband will not say, oh, yes, she's tired, I'm not going to touch her. Oh. They'll always come and scratch. They want some attention. But you've got to balance all that. So there are lots of things that I want to encourage everybody, and that's what I do. Self-care. And to me, the things I do, a lot of things that really I find happiness in, and I find that hope in life. Like I find that my life is meaningful, you know. So if you want me to tell you things that I do to help me, I'm happy to tell you, but I just want to encourage you to do self-care, because with self-care, when you are mentally upright, then you're able to look after everybody. Because you are the woman, you are the mother of your home, the mother of the nation. Even at your workplace, when you walk in, everybody looks at you. You are the woman, you're the pillar. For some reason, maybe we are a little bit unfortunate for that, but I think we should take pride for that. So if you want me to share, please share. I'm happy to. So I do a lot of things, and sometimes people find me somewhere and they kind of like judge. But I don't care about that, because you know what? I'm looking after myself, and that's what makes me happy, and that's what makes me, that's why I find my purpose in life. So I'm not going to be worrying and stressing, and I don't have time to, you know, revisit my past. So I do a lot of traveling. I catch up with my friends. I tell you the truth, I am so blessed to have good friends. And that's very important. You don't want to have friends who are negative, who be, you know, you try to do something, they try to oppose you, So I've got a few friends who I came with. I got Vivian, I got Gladys and Tona. I've known these girls for years, for all the time I've been in Australia, since 2008. So, and we always, like, we act like we are mature women, but we're like little kids when we're together. And truly, when we decide to have fun, it's about fun. We let loose. So I just want to really put this out there that please do self-care. So I do a lot of traveling, and sometimes randomly we just catch up and go for a drink, go for manicure, pedicure, and those are things, or go for shopping, or go traveling, get away for a weekend. Money is okay, but what's the point of it, you know, when it's just sitting there and you only to realize one time you're not able to spend and enjoy it. Like, really, I'm a living testimony. I was at home for 8 months, sitting down, and it was time for COVID, like during COVID outbreak. I couldn't go anywhere. I had a beautiful car sitting outside. I had money in the account. Every time my husband tried to get me out of the house, go to the shops, I'm nauseated, I'm disgusted, I am exhausted, I'm tired. I'm just like, take me home. So from that time, I'm like, nah, whatever happens, whatever people think, I don't care. I've got to look after myself. So if you get a lot of, if you involve yourself in a lot of things that make you feel happy, then you will not have a lot of time to think about your past, to worry about what Betty thinks about you. You don't have time to, you know, to stress. It's about you looking forward to tomorrow and looking forward to work, looking forward to the next day being with your family and friends and, relatives. So it's just about catching up. You want to see tomorrow, as opposed to that time when you're like deep down in that dark hole where I have been and I have lifted myself out of that. So ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to have maybe 2 take-home messages from here. Is that please be vigilant with your health, take an initiative, don't fear, speak up, talk to somebody. It doesn't matter like who you're talking to, but it should be that person who you trust. It can be a neighbor, it can be a friend, it can be a wife, it can be a brother, it can be a sister, or just a stranger you meet on the way. That is very important, and that will help you maintain your well-being and be happy and healthy and stand firm as a strong tree. So thank you. I don't want to waste your time, to occupy all your time. So thank you for giving me this time.
Thank you so much, Rosalind. That's wonderful. I think what I'll take home is follow up. Be vigilant with your health, and most of all, take care of yourself. And look up to your friends. Get to that one person and share. Do not put it in yourself. So questions, 1 or 2 questions for Rosalind, if any. Anybody has got any questions for Rosalind? No questions. I would like to ask Yvette to come and appreciate our speaker tonight. So Rosalind, we're gonna have to get you back here.
Back again. Oh, sorry.
So thank you so much, Rosalind, for coming up. I know it's very hard to say no to Jackie. Lakini Jackie umepatikana. So thank you so much.
No, that's fine.
Touching, I'm just listening to what you went through, but also got out of it. So all those tips that you gave us. I'm going to be traveling a lot from now on.
So I'm going to invite the East African Community of Association of Australia. Oh my God, I can't even say it. President. And I'm going to invite Wamboi to come and just say something. And then after that, we're going to have
cheese
cake for dessert. Hopefully you'll still come through. And then finally, we're going to get Jackie up here and give us a vote of thanks. And we're going to start dancing after. Oh, and Lucky Dog Fry. Oh, all right. Lulu. Before I hand over to a boy, can you please bring the jar?
Where? Okay.
So, I want to shake it and shake it.
Did you get one? There you go.
Give her 2. Yeah. Actually 3. 3 make it fair. 3.
You got 3.
Actually
Alright, let's see how we go. Because the toes crossed.
78.
Oh, 5 plus 6 is 6. So
Let's make sure we